Today I'm going to explain why we custom ordered our rig, what factory upgrades we chose, and bring you along as we configure and submit our order directly to the factory. Chris Dow here with Around the Sun We Go, and so far on the channel I've explained why we chose a fifth wheel RV, why we like the Grand Design brand in particular, and then why we decided on the 397TH floor plan. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll link them down below, but today I want to take you through our custom build sheet line by line and explain which factory upgrades we chose, which ones we skipped, and show you the exact process we followed to submit our custom build to the factory. So why did we want to custom order an RV rather than simply scooping up one that was already made? Well, first, it meant we were going to get a freshly produced rig that we knew hadn't been sitting around for months at a time on a dealer's lot. During our shopping, we'd seen plenty of brand new units that already had tons of wear and tear from all the foot traffic of people looking through them, not to mention possible weather damage from something like an imperfect roof seam that may have slipped by a dealer's inspection. I've personally seen a brand new unit with rusty water dripping from a light fixture before, so we definitely wanted something as fresh from the factory as we could get. It also allowed us to pick and choose our exact features and options, so we weren't paying for something that we didn't want, and we weren't missing out on something we might need.
Only pay for what you need.
To place a custom order for a Grand Design unit, our first step was to reach out to a Grand Design dealer so they could provide us with a custom order sheet. I reached out to multiple dealers via email and they all sent me the same one-page document. Here you can see we chose the 397TH floor plan and then the darker mocha colored interior color versus the lighter Oakley color. Then down here you can see the first few options are mandatory and come standard across the board on all models, so you can't make any changes there. And then the first upgrade we chose was to add on the third awning, which is located on the main living room slide. We knew we wanted as much shade as possible to help with summer heat, and this one was on the slide with the most windows, which made this a no-brainer for us. Then we skipped the pull-down screen wall in the garage because we knew we wanted the 3-season glass wall, which is the Gen 2 you see listed here in parentheses. We added on an Awning 5500 gas generator, which gave us full off-grid power capabilities from the moment we picked up the rig. Then we chose to add a third AC in the garage because 1, this is going to be our office and we'd be spending a lot of time in there. 2, it provided the maximum amount of cooling for the entire rig. And 3, it contributes to the redundancy. So if 1 or 2 of the units breaks down, we'll still have at least some form of cooling until we can get those fixed. We also added a heat pump, which is located in the main AC unit in the living room. This essentially allows us to pull in any heat from the surrounding outside air and pump that inside. So that just gives us another form of heating redundancy on top of the electric fireplace and the propane furnace. And if we're at a campground and the electricity is included with the spot, we can save some money by using the heat pump instead of propane. Then we did choose dual pane windows, which not only help to keep the heat and cold out, but they also cut down on noise. Then we needed to go with the king bed upgrade for obvious reasons. We chose to add the Rockford Fosgate speakers with amps and subwoofers. Not only can you play music wirelessly from your phone on the inside and out, but you can also connect the system to the TV and enjoy theater quality sound and bass when watching movies. And the sub is right behind the couch, so you can really feel the rumble in your chest. But we don't blast it when we're at an RV park or boondocking around a bunch of other people because that's just rude.
Please be quiet and courteous to others.
We skipped the super sofa because we wanted the dining room table and smaller couch setup instead. We added on the Happy Jack bunk system so we could convert the couches into our large office desks and have the ability to raise and lower them for sitting, standing, or to the ceiling for storage on travel days. We also chose the patio system, which they have listed as the rear aluminum deck. This turns our rear ramp door into our own little private balcony and gives us an extra awning and light on the back. Without this add-on, we'd simply have a ramp door that folded down to the ground and nothing else. We didn't choose the patio steps because we figured that'd just be another big and bulky thing to carry around on travel days, and we already had a front and rear entry door anyway, so I didn't imagine we'd need to enter and exit from the patio that often. Here's where we chose to add on the full sliding glass doors in the garage, which gives us temperature, bug, and wind control, while also allowing a full glass wall view. We didn't add the momentum chairs because we figured that'd just be another thing to haul around, and we already had our own folding chairs anyway. We did choose to add slide toppers, which protect the roof of all of our slide outs from the weather, helping to reduce wear and tear, as well as providing additional shade from the sun. And finally, we chose to add full body paint in black and silver because 1, we love the way it looks, and 2, with proper care, it should hold up much better over an extended period of time than the plain white gel coat. Then we're located in the US, so we didn't need the Canadian standards or any of the state seals, and we knew we'd be taking delivery in the summer of Florida, so we didn't need winterization either. After filling out this sheet, I emailed it to our Grand Design dealer. They then provided their initial quote, we finalized pricing, and then once we put down a deposit, they officially submitted the order to Grand Design. Lead time for a custom ordered unit with full body paint was right at 3 months in the spring of 2019. We were also assigned a Grand Design factory rep when we first started reaching out to dealers in our area expressing interest in ordering a new rig. Our factory rep worked directly for Grand Design and was the one who was able to provide me with lead time estimates and answer any specific rig questions I had as I was planning everything out. We put down a deposit in late April and our rig was delivered to the dealer exactly 3 months later in late July, so in our case the lead time estimates were very accurate. I also called my sales rep at lazy days every month or so to check on the status of the build, and she was able to stay in contact with the factory and let me know the exact progress. This allowed me in our case to more precisely schedule the move out date from our home, complete administrative tasks, and plan out all the modifications I needed to in order to get us ready to move our entire life and business into the rig and on the road. Our next step was to figure out exactly what type of truck we needed to haul a 20,000 pound trailer, so stay tuned because I'll be covering that next. To make things easier to follow along with, I created a video playlist that covers each step we took in chronological order as we build out our full-time setup. You can find it on the channel homepage, but I'll also link it down below.